Right now for the president in South Florida, Joe Biden traveling for two fundraisers, one here in Palm Beach County. Right now he's heading to his second in Miami. The president was first greeted by West Palm Beach Mayor Keith James and County Commissioner Maria Sachs.
And how's this for a sight? Air Force One and Donald Trump's plane parked near each other at PBIA. The two frontrunners for their political party's nomination see Florida as a crucial state. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for WPBF 25 News at 4. I'm Tiffany Kenny.
And I'm Shane Wright. We have live team coverage of President Biden's visit. We begin with our co-anchor Todd McDermott, live right now in Jupiter, where the president was earlier this afternoon. Todd.
Shane, Tiffany, he is now making his way south. Now, as you know, this is President Biden's first trip here to the Palm Beaches since November 22, the midterm elections there, which by all accounts provided some surprising wins for the Democrats in a midterm election. His trip today consisting of those fundraising stops in Palm Beach County, then Miami, before returning to the White House about 10:40 tonight. Now, Florida possesses some challenges, of course, for fundraising because it is also the home of Mar-a-Lago, home of the former president, Donald Trump. At the same time, make no mistake, Palm Beach County, still a blue county, plenty of donor money flowing. And now that the campaign appears to be in full swing on the White House side of things, as we know, former President Trump has been campaigning really since November of 2022. Palm Beach County, by some considered Trump country, those who support the former president, and they were out in force today. Some protesters were out and actually protesting the president's visit for those fundraisers. Let's go now to Terry Parker, who spoke to some of the protesters today in support of the former president. Terry?
That's right, Todd. We were right here as the motorcade went by twice on the way to Jupiter and then coming back here to PBIA. The first time the President Biden has landed Air Force One at this airport since he's been in office, and now he is deep inside what they call Trump country, because Donald Trump, of course, lives right over the bridge there in Palm Beach at Mar-a-Lago. Biden hoping to get big pocket donors, and he apparently is doing that, getting a lot of big money supporters. There are many Democrats who do live actually on Palm Beach and in Palm Beach County as well. It was a big sight here. We saw the motorcade. There were dozens and dozens of motorcycle officers. In fact, Randy, maybe you could go over there and show our viewers. Right over there, they have just staged. They all just lined up all of their motorcycles and they're having a meeting. They're probably debriefing on how well they protected President Biden while he was making his visit here to Palm Beach County, going up and down the interstate, making sure that he was safe, that no one could get on the interstate and interrupt him during his visit. It was all quite exciting to see the president here for the first time in a long time, and we will be covering this in more detail coming up at 5 and 6 when we will have some sound with some of those Trump supporters who didn't have a very positive message for President Biden. Live in West Palm Beach, I'm Terry Parker. Todd, back to you.
Well, no surprise there, Terry. Obviously, the campaign has begun in earnest for all intents and purposes, although the GOP nominating process is not over, we should point out. Suji Nam is here at the Pelican Club with me here in Jupiter, where President Biden met with donors today. She's been monitoring security around this area and the activity. Suji, what can you tell us about what happened here earlier today?
Todd, I mean, the roads are certainly clear now. It's so much different from what we've seen just a couple of hours ago. There was several law enforcement agencies out here blocking the entrances to ensure that everybody is safe while the president is here in town for that fundraising event. So some of those agencies was the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, Jupiter Police, Palm Beach County Fire Rescue, Florida State Troopers, and other law enforcement officials have been guarding this community all day. There were several Trump supporters and Biden supporters along the sidewalks as they waited for the president's motorcade today. And streets adjacent to the Pelican Club have all been blocked off during the entire time the president was at the campaign event, which was a little more than an hour. He did leave shortly before 3 o'clock today. And as Todd has mentioned, the president is now on his way to Miami. Reporting live in Jupiter, I'm Suji Nam for WPBF 25 News. Todd, I'll send it back to you.